After months of uncertainty, we finally have a fight. The left jab is landing at will. They have no respect for each other's punching power. So much hype surrounding this big matchup as the hype continues to build for this showdown.
You have some fighters that are big show, big arena fighters, and they bask in this, they love this, they are born for this. You have other fighters where this would be like the rabbit in the headlights.
Those counter punches have to hurt. When are we going to see a jab from these two? The straight right just misses. If you like defense, you're going to love this fighter. Excellent defense. They stay on the outside. They use their jab efficiently, and they don't take damage.
This is what it's all about. Hit and don't get hit. Jab, move, pop, slip, use your footwork, drive your opponent crazy.
For those who thought this would be a mismatch, you are sorely wrong.
Perfectly matched, skill for skill, tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I've got to respect both of them more than happy.
The straight right just misses. Just as quickly as the action slows down, it heats back up. This counter fighter believes in the anything you can do, I can do better. They'll let you throw a punch first, and they'll answer you and usually hit you harder.
Reaction is second to none. It's the blink of an eye, and they're waiting for any little twitch you do. So you've got to fight a counter puncher smart.
Exchange here from both men. One moment changes everything, especially in this division. This round's still up for grabs with just 10 seconds to go. That was almost a 10-8 round. Complete dominance.
Dominance without a doubt.
Here we go. Round two. Who's going to land the first big shot? Well, there's no doubt about who won that last round. Let's see what he has for us here in the next one.
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round. Everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
Counter shot lands. They call it the glory division. There's nothing quite like a heavyweight fight. It doesn't take much to win it. Caution is being thrown to the wind. Nice counter shot. That time counter shot. Let's see if they go to the body. In the build-up to this fight, Johnny, this power puncher told us, listen, I don't care if it's round 1 or round 12, I've got enough power and confidence to end this in one shot.
They know the second they touch you, it's done. They're that powerful.
A perfect counter lands. And forth they go, neither fighter willing to back down.
Skill for skill, tap for tap, just like a match made in heaven.
You wouldn't want to be on the receiving end of a shot from that heavyweight. straight right just misses. Don't let this fighter's speed fool you. There's some method to the madness. These are precision shots, and they're coming at lightning speed.
I've never seen a fighter so fast in my life. How do you deal with this? You've got to hope they run out of steam.
There's a counter shot. Jab does not score. And he wasn't ready for that counter punch. You'd like to see someone use a jab here to establish a boxing presence, but no, they just want to fight. You know the scorecards are going to be all over the place in this one. Well, we know they've got the advantage so far, but how does this match get turned around?
As long as they don't get complacent. You think this is too easy. If they keep this same kind...
On to the third. That last round was huge for him, Johnny. How does he keep the momentum going?
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
Generally speaking, you don't watch heavyweights to see a boxing match. You want to see a fist fight.
Don't get trigger happy, because all of a sudden you're going to be gassing yourself out trying to get that shot, and that's when they catch you.
You can't make a mistake at the heavyweight level and not expect to be punished for it. The bravery being shown here is just incredible. And this is a you hit me hard, I'll hit you hard type of fight. Beautiful counter shot. This is the heavyweight division. One punch could end this fight.
You've got to ruffle their feathers.
Whoa, did you see that? Give me just a second here, Johnny. Whoa, wait a minute. What a shot. And it appears they weathered the storm. How? I'm not sure.
Green Days now needs to steady the pace. Get the pace back to normal.
What a round so far as we've reached the halfway point.
They're so close, so close. How can you separate them? It's going to be a hard night tonight for the judges.
Neither one of these fighters want to see the judges' scorecards. That punch landed. They hit like heavyweights, but they move like middleweights. Truly elite level stuff here.
What can they change? Can they slow the pace down? Can they hope to knock them out early? What can they do? They've got to concentrate and relax. Because you know what you can do in the gym, you can do it in a fight. You've got to relax.
Well done with that counter shot. You couldn't write a script like this. This is like Rocky versus Apollo. And he scores with the counter. It's no secret who has the advantage after that last round. Let's see what they have in store for us in the next one.
You can't leave it up to the judges. It's up to you as the fighter, and the tournament's got to put a firecracker. Good round. I like that.
Back at it in round 4. That round was complete domination. Let's see if we can shake things up here in this round.
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
Timing beats speed, speed beats power. counter shot. You can tell who's stronger and who's faster. Has to be careful for that receipt. It's always coming. They're both looking for the knockouts here, and that's what we expect from heavyweights. Whoa, Johnny, out of nowhere, look at this. At some point, the corner has to say you're done. And it appears they weathered the storm. How? I'm not sure.
Got caught sleeping on the job. What do? You step back, steady yourself, recompose yourself, then boom, back into it. But do not make those mistakes. This is the wrong place to fall asleep.
The straight right just misses. Halfway through the round, and it's pretty much even Steven.
Perfectly matched, skill for skill, tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, so I gotta respect both of them more than happy.
Deciding to let it all hang out here in this round. Every time they throw a shot, they get countered. Endurance is becoming a factor. You can see this fighter having a hard time getting out of the way of the punches, and they're not throwing as many on their own.
Now this is about desire. This is about character. This is about want.
Beautiful counter punch. That left-handed jab doesn't quite score. He needs to be careful not to punch himself out. Very close round with 10 seconds to go. After what we saw in that last round, it's pretty obvious who has the advantage here.
Dominance without a doubt.
Time for the 5th round. They've got all the momentum on their side after that last round. Let's see what they do here.
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won it hands down.
A perfect counter shot. When you're a power puncher, you're not as concerned with how many punches you throw. It's about how many you land and how hard they are.
You've got to be courageous when you get in there with someone that's bigger, stronger, and faster. You've just got to use brain then.
Nice counter. They both want a knockout, you can tell. You'd like to see more jabs. And he just missed with that left jab. What do you think of what we've seen so far from these two boxers, Johnny?
Some fighters are just gifted. Gifted with such hand speed, footwork, movement. They are gifted. They are the chosen few.
I can't believe we're only halfway through the round.
Skill for skill, tap for tap. Just like a match made in heaven.
Good counter punch. Walk away from each other and then run right back into trouble. Not a lot of punch output. Thought there might be more action here. That uppercut doesn't land. Tried to score with the uppercut. Nice slip to avoid the jab. Good counter punching. Someone tell these two that they can be defensive for a minute if they want to. Despite what the judges' scorecards read, there are no losers in this one. I promise you, all three judges here are going to give that round to you-know-who.
I seriously hope the judges kept their eye on this fight, because if they haven't, there's going to be great work.
Let's start the sixth. Coming off that great round, let's see if they can build on momentum here.
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing, because you've won that hands down.
Punch, counter punch. These are heavyweights, but I tell you what, that hand speed and footwork, they look like middleweights.
Sometimes when you have a fight, the best way to beat a fight is not give them what they want. Because they want to get you there, they want you to stand there toe-to-toe with them and have a terror. That's what they do in the gym every single day of the week. What you've got to do is you've got to frustrate them as they set their shots. Get out of the way. And they'll get so angry, so frustrated because they can't work.
That right uppercut misses. That counter punch caught him clean. Good job stopping that uppercut. One punch could end this fight for either of these two heavyweights.
That power might be the do or die. That power might be the equalizer.
Very competitive round here so far.
They're so close, so close. How can you separate them? It's going to be a hard night tonight for the judges.
Big hook. Good thing it didn't land. The jab not finding its target. They exchange punches. One punch changes everything in this division. It's the heavyweights.
Now you've got two fighters that are absolutely shattered. What gets you through? Willpower. Calm, because if you...
And it took one punch to put one punch down. We wondered how good his chin was, but no one's chin standing up to that shot.
I need to... 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Are you okay?
They got knocked down, but didn't stay down. Once again, showing you how much grit and courage this fighter has.
But now it's about getting back to the corner, freshen up, get new instructions given to you.
As we enter the final 10 seconds here, it's probably a round he'd rather forget. Boy, this next round is going to be crucial considering the knockdown we just witnessed.
You're being put down, you've got to think right. So far.
Here we go, it's round 7. Let's see how he bounces back here after getting dropped in the last round.
That knockdown we just saw was a heavy knockdown. I'd be very, very surprised if he'll come out fresh as a daisy. That's not going to happen. He's got to hustle now. He's got to bluff them.
Every time he throws a punch, a receipt is coming right back. Well, they're going deep into the gas tank on this round. Why are they throwing punches? They should be playing defense right now. He blocks that jab. Referee taking a look here, and if the fighter can't see, the fighter can't fight. So the referee took a look and decides, let's keep going. Both men step back for just a moment. The straight right just misses. Some real good back and forth between these two fighters.
Perfectly matched, skill for skill, tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I've got to respect both of them. More than happy.
One of the best attributes to have in boxing has nothing to do with boxing. It's how well you can take a punch to the face.
What a gift. What a gift it is to have a chin where you know you can walk through anything and everything. When you let those shots go and it's just bouncing off and they're walking you down, it's so demoralizing. It absolutely breaks your heart. What else can you do?
Fantastic punch. Not a lot of punch output. Thought there might be more action here. Couldn't land that jab. Very competitive round with 10 seconds left. It's no secret who has the advantage after that last round. Let's see what they have in store for us in the next one.
As long as they don't get
There's the bell to start round 8. Coming off that fantastic last round, let's see if he can keep his momentum going.
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
There's nothing quite like a big heavyweight fight. Everything can change with one punch.
It's the one who draws first blood, Todd. That's what you've got to look at. If you hit and you know you're in there with a banger, you've got to be on it, but you've got to be confident.
Is he going to punch himself out, though? He's putting the pedal to the metal, but has to be careful that he doesn't run out of gas. Has to be careful for that receipt. It's always coming. Which one of these athletes is going to be the first to go down? You can tell one of these fighters is starting to fade. What does he need to do to get back in this contest?
Midway through the fight, if you are tired, this can be the loneliest place in the world. If you cheated, now we're going to find out.
Pretty close fight here in this round.
Skill for skill, tap for tap. Just like a match made in heaven.
Every time they drop their guard, they get caught. Can't land that jab. Starting to take some deep breaths now, but still fighting hard. Who's willing to go where the other fighter won't? There's been a significant aggression difference in this fight, Johnny. What are you seeing?
This is about ego. Get your ego in check, Todd, because if you fight a man that is used to doing this, he's confident and comfortable doing this, why are you giving him that chance to dance that dance? Step out of the way, box him, frustrate him, because if you let him get away with it, he'll close you down.
This round could go either way. 10 seconds to go. Heard the old phrase, this might come down to who wants it more, but it might come down to who's in better shape.
There's a lot on the line here.
Go out there and let's reset. Forget about that.
Okay, I'm happy. I like that round. Good work. Good work out there.
Go out there, you win this next round for me, kid. You're starting to make mistakes.
And we enter the ninth. Let's see how much recovery they saw there in the last minute.
An amazing pace and tempo set in the last round. Can you keep this up? Me personally, I don't think that's possible. And if
Whoa, Johnny! They're in trouble! I thought we were going to see the finish there.
now they've got to wake up. They've got to get on the back foot, clear the head a little bit, then jump back into it again. It's all about the hustle. Get back on it.
Nice defense there to stop the right hook. Not a lot of punch output. Thought there would be some more action here. Well, just a couple rounds left, Johnny. What's your assessment so far?
What can they change? They can change their attitude. They can change their nervous system for a certain amount of punches per round. Because otherwise, if they deviate from the game plan, they're going to be shattered once again and the fight will be over.
This fighter expending a lot of energy in this round. Both of these fighters have had their moments.
They're so close, so close. How can you separate them? It's going to be a hard night tonight for the judges.
His stamina is off the charts. Well, Johnny, has anything surprised you here as we enter the final frames of this battle?
What you've got to do, Toddy, is anticipation. You've got to wait. You just got to throw caution to the wind and just hope. You're never going to know where the shots are coming from. You just got to put in a guess.
Catch and shoot. The straight right just misses. Blocks the jab. Nice counter punch right up the middle. That jab won't score. He threw a punch and just got countered. Despite what the judges' scorecards read, there are no losers in this one. You start wondering how much work these two fighters did in the gym.
You cannot guess that. If you prepared right, slept right, ate right, and did everything right for this fight, you
don't good work, that's it.
And there's the bell for round 10. Not sure these two fighters can keep up the pace we saw last round, but you know they're going to try.
exerted a lot of energy in the fight so far. Now they're shattered. This is what you call championship rounds. If you have done the work, slept right, ate right, prepped right, I'm expecting you to get through this. If not, if you've cheated, the ring can be the loneliest place in the world.
There's no doubt that this fighter's power can change the fight around in an instant. You can't afford to make one single minor mistake.
I've seen certain fighters that can depend on just their power alone. Forget tactics. They know the second they touch you, it's done. That's where the confidence comes from.
What heart, what desire. So much bruising. Will the referee stop this fight?
You're taking too much to fight and take.
And the referee says no more. This fight is over.
Too early, too early. Should have let him get stuck in with it.
Another TKO win here, Johnny. What's next?
What's next? A TKO makes it so confusing because you think, what would have happened if the fight had carried...